Всем привет, друзья! Продолжаем проходить Hogwarts Legacy и начнем этот выпуск. Выполним вот эти вот два задания. А потом посмотрим, может, скорее всего, и вот эти две сюжетки выполним. Давайте начнем. Нам нужно отдать яйцо тому дракону, я так понимаю.
Revelio.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Мне вот кажется, по-любому будем с ней драться.
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Ага.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Confringo!
To capture her. At least 10 usually.
There she is again. Reparo!
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step.
To pick off a grabhorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Quiet, what was that? Well, there's no coming back now.
Так. А, я не могу использовать заклинание.
Over here.
Блять. Вообще было бы логично, наверное, заклятие невидимости использовать, но...
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we... Good thinking. But she'll still be able to smell it.
Бля, не-не-не.
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
She isn't making it easy.
Это была плохая идея.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her.
Так, хорошо, что она не меняет
If we can get to that...
решение, сколько выстрелов надо стрелять. Бежим, бежим, бежим.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Да уж, это было немного так волнительно.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True, true. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Что происходит? Так, задание выполнили.
If I thought I could compete with Soroner, I don't.
Так, нам теперь... Ну, в Хогвартсе сюжетное задание. Вот это вот в тени времени.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Погнали изучим эти катакомбы. Ученический отчет. Дальше пора подземелья оказалось куда полезнее, чем можно было ожидать. Узнавать о своих предках очень занимательно. Однако мне довелось наткнуться на весьма любопытную вещицу. За большим залом есть одно заброшенное место. Там, среди раскуроченных саркофагов, лежала странная реликвия. Сила, которой она обладает, поразила меня. Хотелось бы узнать о ней больше, но, увы, оттуда ничего нельзя выносить.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Ну, сразу нас пауки встречаются. А, я думал, он с концами будет сражаться.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. Insect free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects. Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason.
Revelio.
The all is justified.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
This room is taller than it looks.
Давайте чекнем, что тут за сундучок.
Finding a chest
Revelio.
in a conspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Так, тут опять у нас ходит.
Bombarda. Arresto Momentum. Protego. Confringo. Revelio.
The world of another spider. I shall sleep.
Flipendo. Accio. Revelio. Depulso.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Revelio. Confringo. Bombardo. Potato. Confringo. Bombardo. Revelio.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb.
Confringo.
I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Секундочку. Далее.
Revelio.
This is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a
Так,
pile.
головоломка, я так понимаю.
Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar. Revelio.
В целом, мне по глупости упомянуть реликвию в отчете, и мне велели оставить ее в покое. Я вижу, что правило, но наука для меня важнее. В этой реликвии есть нечто особенное. Говорят, что у волшебников, которые выбрали палочки из дуба, сильная интуиция. Думаю, это правда. Мне удалось дождаться подходящего момента и накладывать баррикады за сохранившуюся реликвию. Да просят меня предки за то, что материалом послужили их кости. Я намерен к ней вернуться, но сперва мне предстоит освоить заклятие Империус. Говорят, оно хорошо работает против врагов.
What did you find?
Ага.
Revelio.
Скорее всего, мы будем сейчас учить Империю заклинания. Так, там паук. Туда, я думаю, нам и надо как раз. Но это я могу уничтожить, верно? Да.
Did you hear that?
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Ну так, чисто по мелочи, конечно. Давайте поговорим.
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined.
Revelio.
Look, bones stacked oddly on
Пойдите
either
с-
side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Revelio.
И, наверное, надо еще одни кости найти.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Еще одни надо.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just
Revelio.
realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperius curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn
Давайте, да,
Imperius, I
освоим.
can teach you.
Вот реально, вот прикиньте,
Where did
можно
you learn
отказаться от
the
этого
Imperius curse?
заклятия
I
и
taught
все.
myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand's movement. It's not an easy spell to master. There we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Давайте сюда поставим. Ну не, они мне не нравятся. Да, они начинают пиздить других, но я не хочу его использовать. А вот Авада Кедавра это четкое заклинание, потому что он сразу убивает моментально. Так, куда нам нельзя, да? По крайней мере, пока. Так, думаю, нам налево надо.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a
Так, а что у нас тут?
How gracious of you.
I tried. This looks different than what we faced before. Now we also have to
Incendio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
Here's some of these things have it truly.
Incendio.
That has to be said. Never knew spiders could make such a
Revelio.
mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it? Revelio.
This
Ну, тут, я думаю,
castle
просто
suffered
сундучек.
decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Так, потом пойдем выручай комнату после этого задания.
Revelio.
Perhaps we need to pull the handles in the area of the cinders.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Нужна последовательность, да, я так понял. Это у нас... Так, чтобы открыть двери, нужно это и это. Так, это сначала. Теперь это.
That worked.
Revelio.
А, нам нужна это, да. Я попутал. Так, тогда это и это.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin
Revelio.
is so entranced with this place.
Так, это вроде последняя локация.
Confringo.
Так, какие-то лаги.
Bombarda. Confringo.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. For a moment there, I thought that'd never end. Confringo. Revelio.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
В реликвии сокрыта огромная сила, которую можно использовать во благо не только волшебника, но и всего мира. Но цена этого слишком велика. Необходима темная жертва. Не трогайте реликвию, пока мы не узнаем больше.
Sebastian, the relic. Look. Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Так, ну думаю, темнота на это убить кого-то надо.
Ominous. Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Well, what happened back
I'll
then?
explain on the... Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
Revelio has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian.
Как сюда попасть?
You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all
Ой, ладно, поебать на этот сундук.
He just doesn't understand. And I did want to worry him all over again. As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Да, в той надо гробнице, надо было сундучок он тот взять, чтобы ее полностью выкупить. Но так поебать. Я потом, если что, буду после игры сам это проходить. Типа, это не прям важно для прохождения.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic.
Confringo!
It only
Incendio.
No, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Я думаю, что-то слишком сильно горят.
Revelio.
Секундочку.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Was that your best? You won't get away with that. Me neither. What an unfortunate disappointment!
Incendio. Protego! Confringo! Bombarda! We've got them! We'll make them!
Нихуя себе.
Keep out the way!
Найс. Ай-яй-яй, злой парнишка. Я думал, если честно, он сейчас заюзает Аваду Кедавру.
Boy, what have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperius curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Я думаю, в следующей главе мы как раз выполним. Ой, мы как раз получим Аваду Кедавру.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why,
Понятно.
Sebastian?
Так, вызов Баркейрона, поговорите с Поппи. Давайте вот это задание Поппи выполняем. И все.
Little place.
Это где она вообще? На улице? Бля, зачем я в астрономическую башню? Она же на улице 100%. Еще одно задание. Ты себе после того, чтобы то-то-то себе нахуй. Давайте я со Себастьяном сначала встретимся. Ну вот эти, короче, два задания выполняем. Это мы заканчиваем, а в следующем уже будем сюжетку проходить.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Revelio.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Ну, это, я думаю, в следующей главе как раз будет. И также, я думаю, с Поппи. Поппи также, значит, нам просто скажет, что она тогда резко убежала, и на этом все. И скажет, я там пришлю тебе ссылку попозже.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Я знаю, что такое снижет уже. Давайте еще
Exactly
раз.
what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much as...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Так, погнали в Хогвартс туда. А, ну мы тут и так есть. Ладно, ребята, на этом я эту серию закончим. В следующую серию начнем с сюжетных заданий. Ну и, возможно, допы будут. Всем пока.